Is it a group discussion?
Yeah.
Uh, Hello, everyone. So, I'll be starting the discussion. The topic of our discussion is that cats are better than dogs. So, I agree with this statement because cats are small animals when compared to dogs, and they don't bother you much when it comes to having to take care of them. They also don't bother you much when you're working, and they just mew uh, uh, whenever they are around you, and that doesn't create a lot of sound, which in turn doesn't create a lot of disturbance. They are also very easily litter trained, and hence are very much suitable to be kept in a home, and they adapt to multiple environments, and hence are very much suitable for uh, carrying to other places as well. And hence, I believe that cats are better than dogs.
While I agree with all the points that you put forth, I feel that maybe the fact that cats stay to themselves might not be a winning point for everyone. Some people actually want a companion, a playful companion to bring life into the house, and for that, I feel dogs are suited. So, even though I know that cats are easy management pets, dogs I think are those pets which would actually bring happiness into your life.
Uh, yeah, actually, I kind of agree with both of your points in the sense that I think a discussion like that would inherently come down to a person's personality, what you value and what you are looking out for. Like a lot of people, like as said earlier, would prefer cats for the sole fact that they aren't that dependent. Like you can just leave them, you don't have to take them for walks every day. They don't require the level of investment and care that dogs do, but they still end up providing a lot of comfort just because you end up having a pet. Like they definitely help with loneliness, perhaps not as much as dogs. But when it comes to dog, I think they're more suited for people who like being involved and they expect loyalty, they expect companionship, and they want to take care of something, uh, which would end up definitely helping with the loneliness aspect a little more. So I think it would come down to like what you are seeking out of it and the sort of personality that you inherently have, like what you appreciate from someone, or in this case, from a cat versus a dog.
Also, if we don't look at it as just a pet perspective, but as a fact that they are two inherent animals.
Nikta, your mic is
Hello.
paused. Please carry on.
Hi, sorry for the disturbance. I was saying that since cats and dogs inherently are just animals around in nature, I think that cats have a higher survival rate as compared to dogs, merely because of the fact that they are not seen as much lurking around in the middle of the roads, going through accidents.
just like Snigdha said, not only from the pet perspective. Uh, yeah, I do agree that cats do not bother the crowd also as much, and they don't even bark or come into a very prone environment, which could lead to some accident of sorts, and hence the survival rate of cats is for sure longer than dogs.
Also, I would like to add another perspective. Like when we talk about their portrayal in media, when it comes to cats versus dogs, of course, it's not a general thing, but more of a generalization that we see. But if you take it in terms of celebrities or how they're portrayed within movie shows, if someone owns a luxurious house or something of that sort, you would more often see the person owning a cat as a pet as opposed to dog. Like they're definitely more popular among the uh, richer class, so to say. So I think that could also be one of the reasons why people subconsciously associate having cats to being sort of in a place where they might feel better than owning dogs, which are far more common in, say, the middle class families.
Yeah, that's because cats tend to have the demeanor that cats have tends to be compared to the demeanor of the upper class of society, where they are not around, where they do not roam around too much, where they take to themselves, where they don't care about what's happening around them. It's sort of like a societal picture that's portrayed. Dogs are kind of like a portrayal of the middle class, the people who are very cheery, very happy, who like to mingle around, who like to build connections. That's like a picture that is set, and I agree with you.
Yeah, also dogs are also used for security purposes. Not exactly security purposes, yeah, but they are used as guard dogs in multiple cases, and multiple dogs are also used by blind people to guard them while they're walking on roads. And apart from that, dogs are also used for multiple military purposes, and hence I believe that yeah, dogs are much more useful to the society when compared to cats.
Uh,
Shubham, do you want to add anything?
Yes, sir. Like I want to add that dogs also encourage physical activity. Like dogs require many more time. Like they require regular walks and they want to play outdoor. So this ultimately gives a healthier lifestyle for the owners.
I think that is true to a certain extent, but like these days, there are so many cases of people keeping help to, train the dogs or take dogs for a walk. Like, even if I look around, I see so many people have just kept helpers to take their dogs on a walk, and also I don't think it always benefits the owner in terms of physical activity because people end up outsourcing the labor work of it if they can. Children might enjoy it to a certain extent, but with people who are living busy lives, they might not go out and want to do this duty as often, especially in climates when say it's raining or all of it. Like sometimes I feel like people might not take their dogs out because it's raining, and I think that's not fair to the dogs. Like if you have them as a pet and because of the conditions outside, you are not taking enough initiative to, take them around or whatever, you are doing a disservice to the animal itself because that's what they want. They would go around and walk in the rain if given free will. So in those cases, you're better off having a cat if you aren't ready to commit what the requirement is.
Also, dogs inherently are a lot more vigorous as animals, which is why dog bites become a big hassle. I mean, there are cases where they literally bite off flesh up to the bone, which I believe that is not the case with cats because the maximum that I have seen in like I know there will be exceptions, but the most cats usually do is scratch. They don't actually go about biting flesh of people. So if you're talking about pets, maybe convenience wise, cats are obviously much better because you don't have to go through the hassle of going to a surgery unit every time you get a dog bite.
Yeah, that is true. Although, like, while cats are easier, one case where I think dogs might be of more help is, I think, as people who look for emotional support animals, in those cases, perhaps like dogs is definitely by far the most common choice. They really help people with distress and people who seek therapy, dogs or service animals. In that domain, I still do feel that, dogs are the most popular choice.
I agree they are popular, but I believe that it again, as we started the discussion with this, it's a very personal thing as to what you would want as a therapy animal. Some people might not actually want um, the responsibility that comes with a dog, even if it's a therapy animal. Sometimes they might just go for another animal, not necessarily a cat, as it's the topic of our discussion, but any other animal that it might feel can give it company.
Um, but I think that dogs are much more trainable when it comes to this part because they are much more cooperative when compared to cats, and hence I believe that for the emotional support parts or service parts wherein they can help the blind people, uh, uh, dogs are much more useful when compared to cats.
Okay, we'll stop here. Each one of you write a 150-word summary of the discussion. Please write a 150-word summary of the discussion, and then we'll read out the summary. Okay.